Kyle Shanahan was asked by Matt Mayoko directly today. God love Matt. About Jimmy Garoppolo. He's like, so are you just sort of waiting around? He seems like, is the idea now like if you cut him now, he would go to another team and you're sort of keeping him here so that doesn't happen? And is he on the same page with that? And Kyle was like, I mean, he didn't answer the question directly, but he said, we got to do what's best for the 49ers. And yeah, we want to also accommodate Jimmy, but we have to do what's best for us. So to me, that's him saying, yeah, that's exactly what we're doing. There's a legitimate chance that he signs with the Seahawks, and we have to face him week 2. And in that case, let's wait.
Well, I mean, I think it's going to be push come to shove time. Like, it's just going to get to a point where, like, right before the roster cuts down, you have to cut him because you can't have him on the roster and you can't have him floating around for the reasons that we talked about. And also, it is fair that Jimmy should get a decent new start somewhere else, something like that. Like, he doesn't deserve to have this over and over. Like, he's being put through it too. Like, imagine you're Jimmy Garoppolo. I was the quarterback of this team. We went to the Super Bowl, went to the NFC Championship game, and they pushed me out the door. Like, you don't think he feels bad, like, as well, too? You think he wants to be here after this has all been happening and everything? So, yeah, they've got to kind of do what's best for him. And they've always talked about doing the right thing by him. So, yeah, they're just waiting around. They're waiting around to see if these training camp reports start to pile up for somebody else. And if somebody else, another team gets desperate, like, let's just say Carson Wentz continues to, like, not play well and he just falls off a cliff, then, like, okay, well, here come the Commanders, like, or something like that. Seems like Matt Ryan's actually playing pretty good with the Colts. Like, I was reading reports on them today. So it just starts to look around, and you have to look around at teams that are playoff teams or fringe playoff teams and need somebody who can be baseline, which is what Jimmy Garoppolo can do for them.
I get that the Niners are think that it's in their best interest to wait. And you just laid out reasons why it is. But I think I keep going back to OTAs and minicamp. Mm-hmm. There was such an air of optimism in the facility. It was like, Jimmy's gone and he's not going to be here in training camp. He's out the door. Debo's back and he will be here in training camp. Everything is looking up. We're coming together. We're going to be here. And then Jimmy's back and Debo hasn't gotten signed yet. And it just feels like, of course, Jimmy will be gone eventually and Debo will be signed eventually. It just feels like a false start to the whole training camp. It gotten off on the wrong foot, the wrong tone. And maybe it has nothing to do with what's happened the last couple of days, but it just feels like it's wrong. It feels like they had it right in minicamp. And now they kind of doubled back and look what's going on. So, Kyle, again, there's a lot of variables in play. Are you sure this is the best thing for you to keep this going with Jimmy? To have him show up and have people be like, what's up, Jimmy? How you doing? Yeah, this is really awkward.
That's the thing, too. It's like you don't have to say anything to be a distraction. Your presence could be a distraction in that way. And that's not Jimmy's fault. They're allowing him to be in the building. Like, it's not something that you can just say, oh, well, Jimmy should just leave. That's not it. Like, he can't leave, clearly, and they want him to be in the building to whatever, to rehab. But him lingering around, like, in the building somehow, especially with these last 2 practices, it's probably not the best thing.
It's confusing. And it's not like the coaches lay it out to every player like, this is what we're doing. This is the plan. Just keep it between us. Don't tell. Like, I'm sure a lot of the players are like, what? I'm sorry. I thought Jimmy would be gone by now. I thought D would be signed by now. Can someone explain to me why this is taking another week? Because I don't get it either. We talk about practice, says AI.
Yes. Yeah.
It's true, man.
For sure.
That's all we got to talk about this time of year, though, so indulge me.
We supposed to be talking about Trey Lance as the franchise, and we ain't here talking about practice.
Josh says, I agree with you on Jimmy G, but how do I dispute his winning record compared to the record when not playing? Well, again, that's him compared to Beathard, Hoyer, Mullins, right?
Yeah, I mean, I would hope that Jimmy Garoppolo could win more games than Plumbers.
Oh, sorry. Jerry West is so mad at you for saying that.
Yeah, I'm sorry.